Om Jnanatimirandasya Gyananjanan Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhaktavandavam Gauramanubhishtam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupalugacharya Varyam Rupa Manjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karuniyam Yugacharya Narayanam Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tuise Namaha Shama Sundara Shikanda Shikara Ismirahasana Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Kapriyacharana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshava Sacham Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Sattavatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatam Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Satasi Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudeva, and to my most worshipable Shiksha and Sannyasa Guru Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Satasi Srimad Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Shri Rupa and Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. Verse number 9. Tava katamrita tapta jivanam Kavividitam kalmasapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadattatam Bhuvigrinanti ye Bhuridajana. Narrations of your pastimes overflow with nectar. Such life-giving descriptions constitute the only wealth in the otherwise bleak existence of those suffering separation. Throughout the ages, your devoted poets such as Brahma, Shiva, and the four Kumaras repeatedly sing out your glories. These narrations, bestowing auspiciousness upon their listeners, vanquish the distress resulting from all their past sins and bestow the wealth of Prema. Those who broadcast your transcendental activities are truly the greatest benefactors in the world. Now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad Vaishnava Toshami. The gopis, they suspected that Krishna asked something. Without getting the nectar of my lips, how is it that you are still alive? Therefore, the gopis, they attribute the reason for being alive to the fact that they are discussing about Krishna's pastimes. So the fact that the gopis are having this very pleasing experience is the evidence that talking about Krishna is very glorious. Tavakatamritam, the narrations of your pastimes are indeed nectar. And because of their great power, we are still alive, the gopis says. But a question may arise. How is it like Amrita? I mean, how is that nectar? So the gopis replied, discussions about you are just like nectar, because Harikatha itself is the goal. They have value in its own, and it is the means to achieve other goals as well. So in other words, many people seek for the demigod's nectar, because it is full of flavor. It also simultaneously removes the diseases and also nourishes and gives strength. So similarly, just by hearing Krishna Katha, one achieves the supreme goal, Krishna Prema. And as a side effect, it saves one from lust, anger, greed, etc. As well as can save one from fainting due to some disease or death. And it is also the sadhana to attain other fruits. And it is also the sadhya, the goal. And to prove this statement, the gopis are saying, this Katamritam gives life to the suffering people. And it is praised by the poets. And it destroys all kinds of sins. And bestows auspiciousness just by hearing. It is most excellent and is famous throughout the whole world. Then Tapta Jivanam. The gopis, they describe the life-giving quality of this katha, Tapta Jiva. It enlivens the miserable people. And it saves from death those who are suffering in the fire of separation. What to speak of those who are suffering in the material world. So the gopis, they confirm that this nectarian katha is the life even for great personalities like Brahma, who offer their respects to Krishna's lotus feet when he returns with the cows at the end of the day. When Krishna places the flute on his lips and plays a sweet melody, Indra, Shiva, Brahma and other demigods, they faint out of bliss. So by hearing the high and low notes of the flute melody, the demigods, they are unable to comprehend this structure of sound and they become dumbstruck. And due to that, they will bow their heads down to Krishna. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:35-15. Then the next line, Kavi Viriditam. Great poets like Brahma, Shiva and the four Kumaras, they glorify these nectarian narrations of Krishna's pastimes. The word irita means described, is the mixture of two words that indicates that great scholars glorify your Katamrita just by repeating the words of Brajavasis like us. They are unable to praise this Katha with their own words because their confidential pastimes remain hidden for them. So it means that even the demigods and great sages, they have to take shelter of the words of the gopis to glorify Krishna. So then next one, Kalamasapaham. The nectar of thoughts about you is so powerful that there is no one who would not like it. By its own power, every one of you develop taste for it. So this nectar can destroy the results of pious and also impious activities, but also even the result of offenses to itself. So it makes the taste for hearing katha to appear in the heart. Then Shravana Mangalam. Because of the power of this katha, if one just hears it and does not even understand the meaning, his whole life becomes auspicious. And he will definitely attain the supreme goal of life, Krishna Prema. And if someone knows the meaning of this katha, what can we say about them? So here in this purport, we can see that if you understand or not the philosophy and the tattva properly, no matter, just because you like Krishna katha, you will also achieve perfection. This nectar of katha is Srimad, supremely beautiful. And Atata means it is all pervading, because everyone speaks your glories everywhere. So only by this can make the fame of this celestial nectar, this Somaras, be completely defamed, means surpassed. Because this celestial nectar, it is limited, and therefore is not available for everyone. And it is the cause of a war between the demigods and the demons. But your nectar is infinite, and it benefits everyone always. Those who speak about you to others are the most magnanimous persons on the earth. So, especially when such persons shower this nectar on Gokula, means they speak about you here when we are feeling separation from you. Means outside of Braja, Brahma and other devotees, they distribute the nectar of Krishna Katha to the whole world. But in Braja, all the Brajavasis, they sing about Krishna and the gopis are hearing from them all this nectar of Krishna's pastimes. And especially the gopis are always speaking Krishna Katha. Therefore, they are called Bhurida. And there is another meaning for this. It is that the gopis, they have fear that Krishna may say, "Oh gopis, Why then don't you spend time relishing the nectar of my narrations until I fulfill your desire? Then the gopis replied, narrations about you are like death for us. They kill us. But Krishna, he may ask, how is that possible? And the gopis answer, Tapta Jivanam, they burn our life airs, because when we hear those narrations, the fire of separation increases millions of times. Therefore, they become the cause of our death. So the inner meaning is that the narrations about you produce the same effect on us as drops of water when they fall in a boiling oil. If the oil is very hot and you drop some water, what happens? It explodes. So when a drop of this katamrita go in our ear, instead of cooling us, it actually explodes and evaporates and causing a great heat of separation. The next line, Kalma Sapaham. Only poets who are your devotees praise such narrations because they have the capacity of destroying the sins, but others will not glorify. Also, we heard that by hearing about your pastimes, it bestows all kinds of auspiciousness, but we never had such experience by ourselves. So, because of your katha is very beautiful, the words describing you have developed pride in us. They have developed pride in themselves, not in us. And they become mad by their own beauty. And they disrespect us. And they go spreading everywhere, atatam, full of pride. Therefore, your katha is like death. Amrita means mritam. Your katha is like death, mritam. And those who narrate them, they are buridha, the destroyers of life. So the gopis are speaking this way only because they are feeling great pain of separation. And they conclude, we are hoping that you will come to us, and therefore we remain alive for more few seconds. Therefore we do not want that these pastimes will kill us. So now the commentary of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur Sarata Darshini. So in the previous verse, the gopis describe the glories of the honey words flowing out of Krishna's mouth. But now they say, O Krishna, who can possibly describe the glorious sweetness of the words flowing from your mouth? Actually, no one, because it is beyond description. Even when the great personalities, they sing about your glories, the nectar of narrations about your name, beauty, qualities, etc., it actually goes much beyond the nectar from the heaven and also the nectar of liberation. So with this intention, the gopis speak this verse, Tava Katamrita. What intention? To glorify the Krishna Katha, means the nectarian descriptions about Krishna. But Krishna may ask them, why do you compare my activities with nectar? Then the gopis, they answer, Tapta Jivanam. The narrations about you, they rejuvenate those who are suffering from severe diseases and also from the existence in the material world. Furthermore, they give life to those who are feeling separation from you. Therefore, the discussions about you are pure nectar that can even surpass the heavenly nectar and also the nectar of liberation. Then, next line, Kavivir iriditam. Great poets like Prahlada and Dhruva, they glorify the nectar of your katha. O Lord, upon hearing about your transcendental pastimes, the souls experience great bliss. But we cannot experience such bliss upon realizing Brahma. Then what can I say about the temporary enjoyment in heavenly paradises, which is diminishing by the sword of time, and also causing one to fall back down to the earthly planet. So this nectar is not found anywhere. The celestial nectar and the nectar of liberation, they can never be glorified in the same way as your nectar. So in this way, according to the conclusions of the poets, they cannot be considered to be relishable. The next one, Kalama Shapaham. The nectar of the stories about you destroy the results of sinful activities from previous lives. But on the other hand, the heavenly nectar does not have this power. It increases the passion and make the people to commit even more sins. And the nectar of liberation also cannot destroy the sinful reactions. Then Shravana Mangala. The nectar of your katha is extremely tasteful. It fulfills desires and also brings auspiciousness to those who can hear it. Every moment, these narrations are repeated by your devotees. Therefore, they bestow the wealth of prema. The other two types of nectar do not have such qualities. Those who speak or glorify your katha are the only true benefactors of the world. Even if someone offers them everything they have, still they cannot repay such persons. Means there is no money that can pay those who are speaking Krishna Katha. So in the same way that Krishna says to the gopis that he cannot repay them, we also should say to all the pure devotees who are speaking Harikatha that we can also not repay them. But there is another meaning in these words of the gopis. The gopis is saying, the narrations about you are sweet only when you are present nearby. Otherwise, they can cause great disturbance in our minds. And your katha can bring death, mritam. Then Krishna asks, how is that? And the gopis reply, tapta jivanam. It burns up our life airs. Then there is even another meaning. This katha make us feel just like a drop of water falling in a boiling oil. By hearing your katha, when we are burning in separation from you, only increase our suffering. Then Krishna is asking, so why the Puranas and other Shastras, they praise my katha so much? And the gopis reply, Kavi Viriditam, the great poets like Vyasadev, they glorify your pastimes because it is the nature of poets to do like that. They are very expert in also creating stories and also exaggerating the subject. So no one can trust what these poets are speaking. Then Kallamashapaham, by hearing narrations about you, someone can experience great misery of separation. And that can destroy all the previous sins and offenses from that person. And now the gopis, they speak with ironic way. Shravana Mangalam, it is auspicious for ordinary people to hear the narrations about you. But if intelligent persons consider the suffering that will result from hearing such narrations, they will stop listening them. The rich and the evil man, intoxicated and blinded by their wealth, they want everyone on earth to die. Therefore, they will hire speakers of the scriptures and will send them to every town and village to tell about your stories. In this way, those who speak about you, they kill their own audience. They spread the trap of katha, and appearing to be very gentle, they sit down in front of the audience and just prepare to kill them. They are even more sinful than the hunters, because the hunters, they just kill few animals. But the speakers, they kill millions of people. So the intelligent persons, they will certainly avoid to hear from such speakers. In Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 10, 47, 18, it says that those who have relished with their ears one drop of nectarian pastimes of Krishna, they will give up all dualities of material life. They will leave their homes and come to Vrindavan and become like street beggars. So actually all the criticism the gopis are speaking about Krishna's katha is just due to their fire of separation. Actually they are praising Krishna katha very much. So this is the end of the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Vancha kalpatarvishya kripa sindhu vevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo.